will cool off a great deal of nerves is for us to bring out Kanu, that gentleman, pull him out. Stop this incarceration. I know some of his pronouncements or maybe lines of actions and so on were offensive to the Nigerian state, and there was a need maybe to take certain actions. But you see, Nigeria itself is a family. That's my picture of Nigeria. When parts of the family feel offended, as a father, as parents, you sit the gentleman down, you sit the child down, and try to find out what are the problems. How do I help you? You don't like the Christmas shoe we bought for you? Okay, we'll get you a new one. Would that solve the problem? You don't like this meal? Can we fix another meal for you? Can we start talking with Kanu? Can we start talking with IPOP? Can we start talking with other groups? I think a conversation with some of these teams would go a long way in addressing the problem. We mustn't at all times apply the stick. Bring in some carrot at times. And let's see a carrot and stick diplomacy at play. Okay? We can do that. And I think if we do that, the Southeast, the situation in the Southeast will be highly doused, frankly speaking. All right? Further incarceration only make him more and more relevant, only heightened the heroship over him. He is a hero now, whether we want to accept it or not. And we made him the hero.
Right.
We have made him a hero in the Southeast. If he comes out now, he's wise. He can contest for governorship in any of the states. Nobody will be asking whether he's from that state in the Southeast.
Yes, Biafrans. Join me, join me, join me. Join us. If you are here, write us comments.
So please consider the insecurity in the entire Southeast. And see, as a result of...
If you are here, please join us, write us comments so we know you are here. Write us comment, we know you are here as we are marching forward to deliver this message.
Insecurity is as a result of the prolonged detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and see a way of releasing him so as to restore peace in the entire Southeast. That is the amendment I want to add. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, dear colleagues.
I think what the intention of Honorable Ginger was to find an amicable way of resolving the issue with regards to Nnamdi Kanu, and maybe urge, I think it should be amended to read, urge Mr. President to use any other diplomatic or political approach, granted that this is before the court, to find a lasting solution on this issue, because some of us who are from Southeast, we know where the shoe is pinching us, and we know what you can take out of it, and there will be a healthy security situation in the Southeast. So I urge us who are from Southeast, we know where the shoe is pinching us, and to use any other diplomatic or political approach, granted that this is before the court, to find a lasting solution on this issue, because some of us who are from Southeast, we know where the shoe is pinching us, and where the shoe is pinching us, where the shoe is pinching us, where the shoe is pinching us, and we know what you can take out of it, and there will be a healthy security situation in the Southeast. So I urge that the amendment should be to urge Mr. President to use political intervention, diplomatic intervention, asking for his mercy to release Nnamdi Kanu, to enable that zone to find a lasting peace. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity.
Yes, my fellow Biafrans, if you come here, you share this program and let people come on. Share it, invite people, let them come on. You have seen, because as we play with the show, as we dey play, we dey show. The sit at home is yielding mighty fruit in this awareness we are creating. And you have just watched that the release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is being discussed in the Red Chamber. It's being discussed in the authorities of Nigeria. It's being discussed all the places where they are holding him. But what is really happening and what is cooking is what we don't know. And we are here to analyze some critical issues concerning the release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. And as you have come, join us and share the program. Join us and share the program. Then here we continue.
To understand this very evening,
here we are about to analyze everything that is happening, everything that is cooking. We are facing the great array of enemies, both external and within. And you will watch spectacularly how we are going to defeat them. That is our message for today. If you check here, you will see that the covenant is here. The Act of Covenant is here. And we are here to do exactly what Chukwuka asked us to do. Here we go.
Facing a very formidable array of enemies, both external and within.
Both external and within. Which people are the external and which people are the within? We will show you. When we get numbers here, we want people to join this program, share this program so that people will join. We are facing the great array of enemies, both external and within.
To understand this very evening, we are facing a very formidable array of enemies, both external and within. And we are going to overcome each and every one of these obstacles. That I can assure you, that they may know that the God we worship is an invisible God, not a God that was wrought by the hands of men. For we do not worship idol and
not a God that was robbed by the hands of men. We are calling on Chukwuka Abiyama, the creator of heaven and earth, the God who created the Act of Covenant by himself to prove to Moses that he is the Lord that can save. The God who sent Moses, go and remove my people out of the land of Egypt. And he created Act of Covenant. Act of Covenant become the most expensive creator ever created in this universe since the time immemorial. And God brought out Act of Covenant to show the whole world and do without him. No one can do without him. No one at all is going to do anything without Lord God Almighty. And we are moving forward, building the spirit of our people for them to understand. Energize yourself to understand this message from our leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu.
we can never ever worship idol is impossible. This very family, this IPOB belongs to the Most High. And that is how it's going to be until Biafra comes and beyond to eternity. This evening, I want to place it on record that our enemies are intensifying their attack against us.
This evening, 2 weeks before his rendition, that the enemies are intensifying everything to stop this thing we are doing.
This evening, I want to place it on record that our enemies are intensifying their attack against us. This evening, I want to place it on record that our enemies are intensifying their attack against us. This evening, I want to place it on record that our enemies are intensifying their attack against us.
Yes, we know very, very well that every one of us have had this message from our leader. But in our own office here, we've not analyzed it. And he want to put it on record that the enemies are intensifying everything against us.
Evening, I want to place it on record that our enemies are intensifying their attack against us.
The enemies are intensifying everything against us. And if you can see, Asari Dokubo says that Buhari contacted him. Let me begin to
Record that our enemies are intensifying their attack against us.
Where is Uchemefo? Since Asari Dokubo delivered this message, Uchemefo has not said anything. Uchemefo has not said anything since that time. Uchemefo made Asari Dokubo de facto president. Biafran de facto. He made him the president of a de facto Biafran, de facto president of Biafra. Then, after Uchemefo made him the president, Buhari knew that Asari Dokubo will deliver. Then, Buhari called Asari Dokubo and asked him to fight against Nnamdi Kanu, the awareness he is creating. The awareness he is creating. Let us tell you how they play the game.
To eternity. This evening, I want to place it on record that our enemies are intensifying their attack against us from every corner. I am not saying this as lamentation or complaint. I am only trying to prepare our people for what is to come.
He is trying to prepare our people for what is to come. I hope my voice is coming out clear here. What is to come is that Ifeanyi Uba will recruit people to fight against their own freedom. What is he preparing was that DOS will buy the idea from Ifeanyi Uba and Ifeanyi Ejiofor to fight against us. This is the game. This is how it's planned. You can see Ifeanyi Uba here, where he is signing the agenda to come and destroy the agenda of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. And you can also in Finland to fight against sit at home. And what is sit at home? The Nigerian government are now speaking on how to release Nnamdi Kanu. It become this time, this particular time, that all of them will jump out to fight against sit at home, to fight against the awareness we are creating, to fight against the liberation of Biafra. To now, I hope a lot of people were here when we play the first music, the first audio. We have to play it again for you to know what we are really doing.
One major priority area in the southeast, which I think will cool off a great deal of nerves, is for us to bring out Kanu, that gentleman. Pull him out. Stop this incarceration.
What do you hear? Because of sit at home, that's why you see them talking. Because of installation of sit at home, that's why they are telling you, bring him out. Mazi Simon Ekpa says he will make the rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to become useless in the hands of Nigerian government. What do you hear them saying? Put him out.
I know some of his pronouncements or maybe lines of actions and so on were offensive to the Nigerian state, and there was a need maybe to take certain actions. But you see, the Nigeria itself is a family. That's my picture of Nigeria. When parts of the family feel offended, has a father, has parents, you sit the gentleman down, you sit the child down, and try to find out what are the problems. How do I help you? You don't like the Christmas shoe we bought for you? Okay, we'll get you a new one. Would that solve the problem? You don't like this meal? Can we fix another meal for you? Can we start talking with Kanu? Can we?
Now, Biafrans, let us start.
Our first lady, Lolo, Wanyama, Uchechi, Oku Kanu, is here to address us. Biafrans all over the world, our lady is going to address us now. I want you to pay attention. Lolo, good afternoon from Lati, Finland, here at the 1 million man march rally. We appreciate you.
Friends, what we are doing here is for us to register some history down. The protest they went to Finland, is it for what? Why is Nigerian government speaking for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Because of sit at home. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu says, the great prophet of our time, he says, whenever you are doing something and the oppressor which is oppressing you come to you and tell you to stop that in which you are doing, you should know that what you are doing is right. You should then continue with every force. Why did they went to Finland? Why are they fighting against Simon Ekpa? That is our question. Cancellation of sit at home and the upliftment of sit at home. Which one is speaking loud for Nigerian government or in the ear of Nigerian government? Which one is speaking loud? How long do we keep quiet for those people? Or are we going to talk? Or are we going to speak? How long are we going to keep quiet? We have to speak. And that's why we are here. We are here to enjoy your comments. And as you reason with us, share this program and let it go viral.
Come back a little bit. Please, we want you to address Biafra. Come back a little bit. You know what is happening today here in Finland. Please, you are on to Radio Biafra and it's all over the world. Please.
All hail Biafran! All hail Biafran! All hail Biafran! IPOB! One family! IPOB! One family! One family! Good afternoon. Wherever you're joining us from today, good morning, good evening. I am so happy.
Since the extradition of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, what has the DOS done to bring him out? They say they are working underground. They say they are working underground. They instead a political solution, amnesty from Ifeanyi Uba. Ifeanyi Uba is fighting our prime minister from Biafran land, and DOS, led by the wife of Nnamdi Kanu, are leading protest against one man. Against one man, international level in Finland. And this is the fruit which the release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is yielding all over the world. It's yielding mighty fruit all over the world. And why is it that our people...
Can we fix another meal for you? Can we start talking with Kanu? Can we start talking with IPOP?
This is now the negotiation they are talking about. Can we now start talking with the Kanu? Can we now start talking with the IPOP? Can we now start talking concerning the liberation of Biafra? Can we now start talking about the referendum? And what gave birth to this? The thing that gave birth to this is sit at home. Imagine if every one of us fold our hands, just like the DOS ordered every one of us to fold our hands. Do you think that people like this will come and say, can we now start talking to Kanu?
As parents, you sit the gentleman down, you sit the child down, and try to find out what are the problems. How do I help you? You don't like the Christmas shoe we bought for you? Okay, we'll get you a new one. Would that solve the problem? You don't like this meal? Can we fix another meal for you? Can we start talking with Kanu? Can we start talking with IPOP? Can we start talking with other groups? I think a conversation with some of these teams would go a long way in addressing the problem. Can we start talking with Kanu? Can we start talking with IPOP? Can we start talking with other groups? I think a conversation with some of these teams would go a long way in addressing the problem. Can we start talking with Kanu? Can we start talking with IPOP? Can we start talking with other groups? I think a conversation with some of these teams would go a long way in addressing the problem.
Okwada no n'afọ ACC. You cannot beat a child and ask the child not to cry. After you have beaten up a child, the right to the child is to cry. You cannot take the cry out of the child. Can we now start talking to Kanu? Can we now start talking to all of them, all the people that have been offended in Nigeria?
Can we start talking with other groups? I think a conversation with some of these teams would go a long way in addressing the problem. We mustn't at all times apply the stick. Bring in some carrot at times. And let's see a carrot and stick diplomacy at play. Okay? We can do that. And I think if we do that, the Southeast, the situation in the Southeast will be highly doused, frankly speaking. All right? Further incarceration only make him more and more relevant, only heightened the heroship over him. He is a hero now, whether we want to accept it or not. And we made him the hero. We have made him a hero in the Southeast. If the heroship over him, he is a hero now, whether we want to accept it or not. And we make him more and more relevant, only heightened the heroship over him. He is a hero now.
Achụkata onye aka ya dị ọcha, achụba ya n'ụwa ọma. When Nnamdi Kanu came out, they said that he is nobody. When Nnamdi Kanu came out, they said that he is a drunkard. When Nnamdi Kanu came out, they call him criminal. When Nnamdi Kanu came out, they call him all manner of names. When Nnamdi Kanu came out, they say he is robbing the public. When Nnamdi Kanu came out, they say he is robbing the public to build a house in his own father's compound. That he is nobody. He is a miscreant, and he called him all manners of names. All those names they called him that time are the same name they turned back, calling Simon Ekpa today. The same name they are calling Simon Ekpa today. Their problem is that Simon Ekpa want to bring Biafra. And the problem of Nigeria is that Nnamdi Kanu has become a hero. The same problem Nnamdi Kanu is facing is the same problem our prime minister is facing. The same castigation, the same argument, the same punishment, and the same allegation. All of them are facing. And who are the people castigating Nnamdi Kanu that time? Who are those people? Those people are who? The same people working with Ifeanyi Uba, the same people working with Ifeanyi Uba, the same people working with Asari Dokubo. Are they not the same people that is castigating Simon Ekpa today? The same people that castigated Nnamdi Kanu. Why is it that Nnamdi Kanu is renditioned to Nigeria after Ifeanyi Uba has a sensitive meeting with the Igbo elites? That was the time everything starts. After having sensitive meeting, they said that Nnamdi Kanu is creating insecurity in Nigeria. The same insecurity that has been since time immemorial in Nigeria. That is the same insecurity that have been there up to this very hour. They say that Nnamdi Kanu, who created ESN to protect us, is the person who is creating insecurity in Biafran land. They rendition him and they put him inside the ESN dungeon. Today, Ifeanyi Uba is now telling you that Simon Ekpa is the person causing insecurity. But Ifeanyi Uba is the person who is working with Asari Dokubo. What is the agenda of Buhari? And what is the agenda of Shetima? Are the agenda very different from Usman Donfodio? These are critical questions we have come to ask. And the only sit at home is the thing giving birth to for red chambers and the Nigerian authorities talking and speaking about the release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu today. Let's continue, and you will hear exactly how they are talking about him.
Whether we want to accept it or not. And we made him the hero.
Right.
We have made him a hero in the Southeast. If he comes out now, he's wise. He can contest for governorship in any of the states. Nobody will be asking whether he's from that state in the Southeast.
For his information, Nnamdi Kanu is not even interested of anything like a governorship. Nothing at all.
To please consider the insecurity in the entire Southeast, and see, as a result of the insecurities as a result.
Then, Biafrans, you tell us the meaning.
Uchechi, Oku Kanu is here to address us.
I want you people, if you are following us in 555 division, try to understand what we are doing. If the message of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has entered inside the hands of authorities, everybody is now talking about the release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. What is the meaning of this protest the wife of Nnamdi Kanu is leading? What is the meaning of her leading protest against the same only one man who is standing for the release of her own husband inside the SA dungeon. What is the meaning of her leading this protest? Let us see.
All over the world, Our Lady is going to address us now. I want you to pay attention. Lolo, good afternoon from Lahti, Finland. Come back a little bit. You know what is happening today here in Finland? Please, you are on to Radio Biafran. It's all over the world. Please.
One good afternoon. Wherever you're joining us from today, good morning, good evening.
We are showing you things, and we must continue the way we are going.
Only Haiti, we have made him a hero.
In the entire southeast. And see, as a result of the insecurities as a result of the prolonged detention of Nnamdi Kanu, and see a way of releasing him so as to restore peace in the entire southeast. That is the amendment I want to add. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, dear colleagues.
If you understand here now, Ifeanyi Uba have created his own group to stop sit at home, to fight against the release of Nnamdi Kanu. In Enugu State, the governor of Enugu State created his own group to fight against it at home and against the release of Nnamdi Kanu. Then, in Imo State, the group of that place have created their own group to fight against the release of Nnamdi Kanu and the sit at home. Then, why are you then people trying to let us know that you are fighting for the release of Nnamdi Kanu? Are you protesting in Finland for them to say, yes, Igbos are not united? Igbos are not yet ready for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. Are you protesting in Finland for them to clap for you? Are you protesting or supporting Ifeanyi Uba and DOS for Nnamdi Kanu to be released or for him to stay there? You've been working only distracting people who is doing everything. Biafra is just for the release of indigenous people being hooked up, being trapped in Nigeria. And the only way to do this thing, only way to come out is through referendum. And they refuse to give you a referendum. What do? Nnamdi Kanu says, sit at home. Someone activated the sit at home so that the awareness can be created everywhere in Biafran land and the whole world will know. He go as far as reactivating Biafran government in exile. As far as reactivating Biafran government in exile. Reactivating Biafran government in exile. Creating all bridges. Build bridges. The one our eyes have seen all over the world. Israel, America, Canada, Australia, everywhere are waiting for us to stand up and do something for our own release. Our Prime Minister is telling you, you must stand strong. Do something. Or when you do something, then the people who will come to help you will know that you are ready to be free. What is the essence of DOS joining Ifeanyi Uba to fight against the sit at home? What is the essence for DOS Uchechi to join Asari Dokubo and Uchemefo to fight against it at home that is making the Red Chamber to speak today?
I think what the intention of Honorable Ginger was was to find an amicable way of resolving the issue with regards to Nnamdi Kanu, and maybe urge, I think it should be, amended to read, urge Mr. President to use any other diplomatic or political approach, granted that this is before the court, to find a lasting solution on this issue, because some of us who are from Southeast, we know where the shoe is pinching us, and we know where the shoe is pinching us, and we know where the shoe is pinching us, where the shoe is pinching us.
They know where the shoe is pinching them, because they knew that they are the ones that authorized Operation Python Dance to go and kill Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Are they not Ohanes and Igbo? Is it not Ohanes and Igbo that labeled you a terrorist? What is the significance of IPOB? IPOB simply means Indigenous People of Biafra. And in as much as you are a Biafran, found yourself in the eastern region, you are a terrorist in front of the eyes of Nigerian government. You are a terrorist. That's why they can kill you at will. Police are telling you that the police can shoot people unarmed in Nigeria and nothing will happen to them. And some people who sucked their mother's breast for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, we see people whom Ifeanyi Uba recruited to fight against Nnamdi Kanu. People will volunteer themselves to go and fight against their own freedom, not knowing that the Nigerian government have tagged them terrorists. In Lagos State, they are killing you. You are not allowed to vote in Lagos. You are not allowed to vote in Lagos. You are not allowed to vote. They are destroying your properties, taking your properties by force. Nobody is telling you anything because you are just like an outcast in Nigeria. And someone in the name of Simon Ekpa stand up to speak, because these people have now knew where it is penning them. And the Simon Ekpa told them, nothing is happening to you. Go and bring in Nnamdi Kanu out. Sit at home will stop immediately. And they know where it is penning them.
Other diplomatic or political approach, granted that this is before the court, to find a lasting solution on this issue, because some of us who are from Southeast, we know where the shoe is pinching us, and we know what you can take out of it, and there will be a healthy security situation in the Southeast. So I urge that the amendment should be to urge Mr. President to use political intervention, diplomatic intervention, asking for his mercy to release Nnamdi Kanu, to enable that zone to find a lasting peace. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity.
Now, Biafrans, we have come with a different ideology, because there is some things our people should know. People that live in diaspora, somehow we volunteer ourselves to deliver this message. And we promise that we will bring Biafra from diaspora. And through internet, we will deliver the message to our people. In Biafran land, if someone speaks, Nigerian government will go for that person and kill the person. And nobody will speak on behalf of that person. Nnamdi Kanu is inside DSA dungeon. If people are not talking, if people are not standing by him, they will kill him there. If another person come up, then if other people keep quiet, they will kill the other person there. That is how they will be eliminating Igbo people. And some of us who say, okay, no matter what, before they are coming here, just like some of them went to Finland, looking for a way on how to assassinate Simon Ekpa. We say, okay, let us talk. And from there, some people in Biafran land, they want to send messages to people so that you can gain some energy. And this is the voice note we want to play to you. Tata Bolie.
maka na nke bụ eziokwu ka ya na-ekwe ndị aka ebe ọ ga-ekwu ya ka o wee kwuo ka ọ wee kwe ndị mmadụ wee mara ha na-eme maka nwere onye anyị na-achọ ọbara ya ihe anyị chọọ bụ ka ọ dị mma maka asị onye kwupụla na ya ga olie ka o kwuru na-eso ka ngwa unu ka o si ya dị na mmụọ gbaa unu na ụmụ ụmụ egbu mgbu n'isi na-abịa ajụjụ maka na onye na-achọ ya na nwere ihe mee ya ya bụ onye bụ nyenwa ya taa afụfụ ya maka na ọchọ nwa ọkụkụ nwa ada nwa ọkụkụ nwere nwe mmụọ ọ sị na ọgba n'igbo niile ka nkọwa dị unu ka unu wee nnukwu unu mmalụ ka o si wee dị ọ sị na ọgba n'igbo niile bụ mmụọ ji ime arụsị m pụtara ya bụ ụgba n'igbo niile ọ sị na akwụ abago n'ikire wee chọọ nnụnụ nwa ogologo ka ọ ga-agbachapụta ya bụ akwụ ọgasị ụgbana ya pụtaba si na ma ya pụta si ibu na-apụta n'ọmụnwa ya ikue m na-apụta wesị ka ndakwube maka na asị na eme ọtụtụ emeghị ọdachi
So Biafrans, you are here. We are 555 Vision. We are delivering our message according to how Chukwukike Abịama directed us. And the way we are delivering it, we through your comment section, we know that you love what we are doing. Because if you don't love what we are doing, we will be receiving some kind of unnecessary comment here. And for this reason, let us put you together while we come. Because this message came from the chief priest, Ndi Ezemmo. Ezemmo is different to Dibie, native doctor. A native doctor is a Dibie, a doctor that treats in native way. But Ezemmo is different. Ezemmo are the people who receive messages from the gods of the land, from gods themselves. They are the Levites, according to Bible quotation. They are the Levites, the people that receive information and they deliver information to the king. And before we proceed to this, we want you to understand that we are fighting against principalities and powers, rulers of darkness of high places. And before we deliver this message from Ezemmo Obala, then you have to understand why we are here. Evans, thank you so much. I'm reading all your comments. Then you have to understand why we are here. We are fighting for...
To understand this very evening, we are facing a very formidable array of enemies, both external and within. And we are going to overcome each and every one of these obstacles. That I can assure you, that they may know that the God we worship is an invisible God, not a God that was wrought by the hands of men. For we do not worship idol, and we can never ever worship idol. Is impossible. This very family, this IPOB, belongs to the Most High. Chukwukike Abịama put me here, and that is how it's going to be until Biafra comes and beyond to eternity. This evening,
so this message now is together with this.
Ụgbana agbakwa ọgụ mmadụ onye na-emegbu mmadụ maka na ụgbana bụ ụgbana eziokwu asị na ụgbana eziokwu na ose eziokwu ka ya na-ekwu na o nwere ihe ọjị ka asị sị na na-agba ọgụ onye so onye anyị maka na onye na-emegbu emegbu ka ha na-asị, onye na-egbu egbu ka ha na-asị. N'okwu ji n'ọnụ ọmalụ mmọgba nkịtị, okwu ji ụgba n'ọnụ bụ nya ji ụmụ Igbo ọnụ, na ụmụ Igbo onye ọbụla kpa okwu n'ọnụ malụ mmọgba nkịtị na onwere onye ya ekwuru, onye kwu achụrụ ya ka egbuo ya na ọ bụghị ụgba na na-ekwuru na-ebe na-ayọcha aka sị ka akọpụta ụmụ Igbo ihe dị ha n'ọnụ maka na ha ekwuru okwu, maka na ọ bụrụ na ekwuwe okwu uche okwu akpa nkata akpasịa nkata atụ alụ ọnwa ihe onye ji ihe ọhalụ dịrị nawa, maka na ihe ọbụla afọ si mere na emecha na anyị atụlili elu na aka ụmara ji si na okwu jiri ọnụ ọmalụ ọmụgba nkịtị.
This message, I'm sorry for the people that maybe you don't understand in Igbo. Then, but our job is to preach this gospel. We are 555 Vision, Biafran Gospel and Bible. Our own job is to preach Biafran Gospel. The way you preach the way you preach Jesus Christ, the way you preach Bible of the Israeli Bible, that is how we are preaching Biafran Gospel. How it is going and where it is going and how it is being run. That is what we are doing. That is our own message from 555 Vision. Our people, every Igbo person, when we that put our face in front in this agitation, sometimes we enter street to make some normal investigation from our people to know exactly if these people, our people, ever need Biafra to come. Automatically, everybody inside every Pentecostal church, everybody inside the Catholic church, everybody inside the Cherubim and Seraphim church, everybody inside the Sabbath church, every pagan want freedom. Every one of them want Biafra to come. Every one of them knows what Biafra can offer for them. But why are they keeping quiet? And why are they beating around the bush every now and then? Because they are afraid of speaking out. They are afraid that someone will come and kill them. But Nnamdi Kanu have said it, and he is inside the SS dungeon. The most hated in this life is the one that says the truth. That is why Nnamdi Kanu is inside the SS dungeon, because he spoke the truth. Why are they after the life of Simon Ekpa today? Because he said the truth. The same truth which Nnamdi Kanu says that landed him up inside the SS dungeon. That is the same truth Simon Ekpa says that made them to place bounty, $50,000, $100,000 and black check over his head for Biafra not to come. And the chief priest, SMO of Biafran land, says he delivered this message to Biafran people in order for you to know that the Igbo people, they have things they have to tell people. But all of them kept quiet because of subjugation. This chief priest, Bohabundiji, Yamaji Ofo Ezigwe, yeah, God of heaven himself. These are the people, yeah, if you know that the Igbos are the ancient people of this very earth, the Ofo Ezigwe, that is the person you are hearing now, the person who is handling Ofo Ezigwe, Ezigwe himself, the God of heaven. So, what are we trying to let you know? What we are trying to let you know now is we are listening from our leader, then you can be able to capture what we are doing. Thank you. Okay, Pius. We continue.
I want to place it on record that our enemies are intensifying their attack against us from every corner. I am not saying this as lamentation or complaint. I am only trying to prepare our people for what is to come.
Yes, as you are joining us now, if you watch this image here, a picture speaks more than 1,000 words. If you study what the image you are seeing inside this place, you will know that we are working under the covenant of which Chukokika Abiyama sent us. Their enemies are intensifying everything to work against us, and we are keeping it on record. If you watch here now, you
against us from every corner. I am not saying this as lamentation or complaint. I am only trying to prepare our people for what is to come. You are being prepared for what is to come.
ọsị n'okwu a bụ nke ugbo ekele niile na ọkọchị bụ na a na-anyị ya nkụ ka o si baghị ka o si dị na ọnwale ihe na-ewepụ ya maka na emesịa ilite ebe ọ dị iwere ya nke iruere ju na ihe ewere ya nwee nsogbu na ị na-aga na-afụ ụkwụ ụgbara na okwu ụgbara bụ nke ugbo ekele udu mmiri ọkọchị bụ a na-anyị akụ ị na-aga n'ezi na-afụ ya maka na na-ekwu ekwucha enemesịta nwanye ya ịka na-elote ihe ụgbara gwara n'oke o si dị na ọnwale ihe na-ewepụ ya ọsị na ebe ọ bụla chi jiri eji mesịrị fe ihe niile mebiri n'okpuru anyanwụ na a na-edozi edozi mana ịma na echi bụ ezokwobịa na oge ezuzi ọya ka ụgbara ji mepụta wee na-ayị unu dododo si unu gee ya ntị ka unu ka nsi ekwu unu gee m ntị ka unu nke ụgbara na-ekwu na ọ sị na oke osikwu ekwu esi wee dị na ada ama aka na nke ọbụla ụgbara kwuere bụ ịta okwu ya ka o si wee dị ekele ọnụ ya ka onye ọbụla nwee ihe ọ bịara ụgbana adịghọ n'ihe ghọchakọ na ụgbana si na otuto ka mmụọ ya na-eri n'ọsọ eziokwu ka o ji aga ụgbana si na otuto ka mmụọ ya na-eri n'oke eziokwu.
The time has come to separate the chaff from the wheat itself.
For people that
our march is very, very near.
We are talking about this is Obala is a symbol of purity, and through the Star of David. Through the power of Star of David, you can be able to understand the power of Obala. Nnamdi Kanu is a symbol of purity, Obala, representing purity. Our Biafra is whiter than white and whiter than snow. Purity. Simon Eba is Obala. It's a purity, it's a purified person. You know? Then, when this kind of people are sending messages, you are connecting them back to the message of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. The one you are doing is different to the one I am doing. The one Nnamdi Kanu is doing is different to the one Simon Eba is doing. But in as much as we are fighting for Biafra, in as much as we came to liberate Biafra, in as much as we know that the Biafran restoration is the last thing, the last miracle ever in this universe, we are not looking anybody's face to deliver this message. And let's hear our leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. We will connect it with the message that comes from Obala, the purity of Ezigwe himself, sending this message because the enemies are intensifying every attack against us. And you can see the line here. Do not say that you didn't hear it. It is your own job to let others know what to do.
The enemies are trembling, they are quaking, they are doing all they can to try to stop us. But they have failed very woefully, and they will continue to fail. But I want to tell you that we are getting attacks from everywhere all over the world. And
Listen, they have failed very woefully. You know the time of Peter Obi. Peter Obi with a daddy joined the DOS. Ifeanyi Uba, Asari Dokubo, Uchechi and all of them to fight against Simon Ekpa. They failed very woefully. Today, what do you hear? The powers in Nigeria are now speaking for the release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. The powers in Nigeria are now speaking for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. And what is triggering them? The thing triggering them is because of sit at home. There is no way, two ways about it. No two ways about it. They will fail very woefully.
Very soon, they will buy over some of you.
They will buy over some of you.
Some of you, they will buy some of you over. The spirit of Oba Biasika and Ifajuna are still in some of you. When the time comes, they will buy you over.
When the time comes, they will buy you over. And how do they buy them over? Rendition of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Command and control take effect. Political solution with the amnesty. Is it not simple? Simple mathematics. They will buy some of you over. How do they buy you over? Allowing election to take place in Biafran land. Voting Soludo as your favorite. Allowing Peter Obi to go on the election. And which people did it? Which people make it possible? DOS made it possible for Peter Obi ever have one vote from Biafran land. It was DOS. They will buy some of you over and let us connect it with the gods of the land. If Igbo people feel that all this hanky-panky and the hickey-hickey they are doing will help them, they are mistaken. Igbo people, let me tell you, let me keep making it on record, keeping it on record. For record purposes, whether we are alive or whether we are dead. Since long time ago, at least some people that is here knows about Igbo ancient Obindi Igbo. Master Prophet will tell you some of the messages we are delivering from this place. They started building deictic bridges in Biafran land since 2019. All the deities in Biafran land, all the SMOs, all the good ones are joining together to provoke every spirit that will defend Biafra and defend the life of those that is obeying what is really cooking. It is not hidden. 7,500 Biafran dead warriors arose in Biafran land. If you want to know how this thing happened, you can go back to the book of Ezekiel, where God raised the dead bone to become alive. This thing happened in Biafran land. And they are now telling you, if you, Igbo man, you don't want to join, you don't want to come together, form like a broom, bunch of broom, and speak for your freedom. We are messengers. The people who is sending these messages, we have not seen them. But in as much as they said that the Bible is written by the power and the understanding of the Holy Spirit, that is how we know that Nnamdi Kanu is telling all the truth. That is how we know that Simon Ekpa is telling us the truth. That is how we know that Ofez Igwe Akpojige. Whether you like it or you don't like it, you must come together. If not, the Fulani will wipe you away. Ifeanyi Uba, that is recruiting talks to fight against the liberation of Biafra. Of what purpose? Ojukwu started this thing. If you want to blame somebody, if you have to blame anybody in this movement, we are 555 vision and we will deliver this message. We will deliver this message. We will deliver this message. If you want to blame anybody in this quest for Biafra, first of all, go and blame Ojukwu. Number one, if you are watching us here in this comment section, write comment section here. We are not sending our message for you to like it. We are sending it for you to hear it. People go on blaming Nnamdi Kanu. Why is Nnamdi Kanu inside the DSS dungeon today? Ifeanyi Uba says that Nnamdi Kanu created ESN, and because of that, there is insecurity in Biafran land. And after he has sensitive meeting with the Eastern elite, the same people who took away your rights, the same people who took away electricity, the same people who took away education, the same people who took away good road, the same people who took away everything good that will come to you, health care. These are the same people, Ifeanyi Uba had a sensitive meeting. The same people now want to remove you out of their hands. Ifeanyi Uba went and have sensitive meeting with Ifeanyi Uba and all the rest of them. And they says that the solution could be to rendition Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to Nigeria for Igbo land to have peace. Is it not true? That is the truth. What are we doing with our life? We will deliver this message and it is recorded. Act of Covenant is here to stand on this message and we will deliver it. Christopher, thank you. We will deliver the message completely without looking your face, and not for you to like it. It is for you to hear it, and we are delivering this message. Now, let us continue. Now, Ojigoye, as Ojigoye no ge lile, Ojigoye, everywhere in Biafran land, and someone must to keep this thing on record. On that case, we're the Bible. As again, Paul, James, Tony, James, Bartholomew, this is how Bible was constructed, and someone must to keep it down until when time comes, we will compile the Biafran Bible. Then you people will know.
Maka na ọkụ mana sikwa ihe esi wee kwa mekwa emekọla anyị achọghị m onye anyị achọghị maka isi eche ma ọ bụ na ndogo dịsikwa ya mana ọ bụrụ na ese maka onye si wee dabịrọ gị mma ịma na ọgụ nwa na-acha maka na emente n'ime ogbula ọfọ onye na-achọ na nwere ihe omenya isi na-abịa ajịrịja na ọmụmụ egbu ngwere isi na-abịa ajịrịja amara m ihe a na-azụ amara m ihe unu si a na-azụ echere na ihe bụ ọlụ gị bụ ihe dị esi wee mee ka ndị nọ gị n'okirikiri nwa aṅụrị n'afọ gị n'ọnya nwa bụ ihe bụ ọlụ gị onye kpata ego ka o gbuchie ụmụnne ọkwa ego ịkpata ọka gị na ụmụnne gị lie ka ha nwa aṅụrị n'afọ gị ọkwa ihe na-akpala ego ajọ obi wejunu na ya emeghị ya na onye buru nkata buru ite buru ọkpọkọrọ si na ya ebukwa ihe niile ka ụmụnne ya gbara aka afọ jọọ unu ajọrọ mmadụ afọ ajọkwa unu ndị politishan ndị afọ ajọkwa unu onye ezi ya jee nata ihe ya na ụmụ nwanne ya ọnatata ị na-abịa ọzọzọ iri tọ na ụlọ ọgaranya ụmụnne gị ọkụ si wee dị.
If they send you, they elected Ojo Kalu as governor to go and bring the rights of his own people. He ended up telling us how he has 3 factories in Lagos. He have the other one in Abuja, and he have 2 in Abia State. Then, because of the 3 factories he have in Lagos, Igbo people should be eliminated, according to his own understanding. That is what Obala is talking about in this place. Ifeanyi Uba, who elected you as a Senate, did they elect you as a Senate to come and stop us for you to just become rich on your own? And you think we will not talk? We told you that the ants and the bees will rise and fight for Biafran restoration. And that is exactly what is happening. Ndị mmụọ nọ n'ala Biafra agbodogo ya. Ọgba aghara ga na-adị n'ala Biafra until Igbo people will come together. Everybody will protest. Accept the sit at home the way they tell you, or obey any command according to how Mazen Nnamdi Kanu told you. Listen to Simon Ekpa, who is bringing a new dimension in this very awareness we are making for your own good, and you can hear it from him.
I am not doing this program tonight to ask all of you to be strong. I am doing it to remind you, not that if they succeed in buying you over, you're not going to stop what we're doing. You can't.
You can't.
You cannot. Not in a trillion years.
Not in a trillion years.
But I need you to appreciate one very simple fact. That at the end of this very race, everybody will testify that indeed Chukwuokike Abiama, the same God of Israel, of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the same God of Ehiri in Aguleri, the same God of Umweri, the same God of Ora-Eri, the same God of Owe-Eri, the same God of Arochukwu. Not to be looked at, the true God.
The one true God himself. The one true God. Is there anybody that doesn't call God? And what is God? God is nature. God is purity. God is Ubala. God is Nnamdi Kanu. God is Simon Ekpa. God is every other person that stands on the truth, on the path of truth. That is God. The God of Abraham. Abraham was conceived, and his mother have him 9 months impregnated inside stomach before giving birth to him. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The God of God, the God of Eri, the God of Arodi, the God of Arochukwu. One true God himself. That is why Obala Haji Wepota, the deities in Biafran land, are now speaking. Okwu anyị dị ka nkụ ụgbọrụ udu mmiri ọkọchị pụọ a na-anye ya nkụ. O wee sị, ọ bụrụ na chi jiri eji mesịrị fo, enwere ihe mere mmebi n'okpuru anyanwụ a na-amakwe ndozi, mana ọ sị sa adobina maka adobisi ezochibe na ọ dị ezu. Let us continue.
And that's now Bakilun like on the with the question.
Abakirifia.
I see we believe in the back on the cake prize in the cake prize, and I got that back. You know, my lake cook a while one day for 1 year to work for month. Not a month with Charlie, a child on Monday, Malay fame on Monday. The Malay if I come Monday, give a year only because I was not telling you, I tell you, and the new banana try email for Chase, you and I walk home on never and it's happening. Mana certificate of them. Maka no kwai mkuba breeding with no culture banana nyang. A second tune as Nancy no real Kamakaya Namala. Makosin no more bungu listen I read. Ocho walk up and walk up when one was.
Omumu ebungu isi na aba ya ajereja. Ochu ọkụkọ nwa ada, nwa ọkụkọ nwe nwe ọsọ. Ihe a bụ okwu ndị gboo, okwu ndị okenye, okwu ndị ichie. And you send Nnamdi Kanu inside the SA dungeon. The nature is fighting for him. Ọmụmụ ebungu isi na aba ya ajereja. Ochu ọkụkọ nwa ada, nwa ọkụkọ nwe ọsọ. You are after Simon Ekpa to bring Simon Ekpa down. The more you try to bring him down, the more you are lifting him up. Okwu agbara nwa awọ bụ lift ka enyere ya. The more you are trying to bring Simon Ekpa, the more international community is recognizing him. Ọmụmụ ebungu isi na-abụ ya ajereja. Ochu nwa ọkụkọ nwe ada, nwa ọkụkọ nwe nwe ọsọ. That is why he say, I will be your end. All this group you see here, you see Ifeanyi Uba, you see Asari Dokubo, you see the leader of Boko Haram, you see Shetima, you see Hope Uzodinma. Hope Uzodinma is this one here that this thing covered. You see them, all of them. Omumu ebunku isi na abịa ajịrịja ajịrịja. Okwu anyị dị ka nkụ ugbogoro udu mmiri na ọkọchị pụọ a na-anyị ya nkụ ka anyị banyekwa here.
One true God. You will know that indeed, not only is he omnipotent, that same God is the owner of this very agitation. No human being can stop it. We have enemies, and we need to be very, very careful, both within and without. Very, very careful. The next 2 weeks will be very pivotal. Next 2 weeks will be very, very important in the life, or should I say, in this very mission that we have embarked upon.
Then listen.
Yeah, I believe.
Listen, from gods of the land. Ose ka otonye anyị azụ n'ihi na o si oru. The Ezemwo are the people that are used to receive information from the gods, from nature. And that is the job they have. Their own job is not native doctor. Their own job is not dibia. They are not dibia. Onye dibia na agba afa. A native doctor used to ask questions to know what to do. A native doctor used to ask questions to know what to do. But Ezemwo is the person that receives information on things that will come. Then he will unfold it to Igwe, the elders of the land. He will then deliver it to the elders of the land. When they deliver it to Igwe, then Igwe will then take precaution and they call the Akaji of 4 people and they peddled the information that came from Ndezemo, the chief priest. Then they will summon Ndinze and Ndiozo to let them know the information that came from the Levites, from the chief priest, from Ndezemo. This is what is about to happen in the land. And then Nnamdi Kanu says, from this 2 weeks' time, before his rendition, it will be very, very pivotal. And every other thing will unfold, both good one and the bad ones. And now, let us hear from gods of the land. Oyes Jeroru.
Yeah, I blog on mother. You just look no be waste Simon.
Also, this is not a fight of canal. It's not a canal fight. It is not a canal war. Nobody should be fighting Simon on a canal form. If you fight Simon on a canal form, you will make mistake. That is why every other person that rised to fight against Simon Eba is young, is losing it all. If you are enjoying what we are doing here, I want to enjoy your comments as well. Then listen.
Money when so. You know, was Simon such a warrior who had to have low, but I want to hear me. We chat about Simon Kine when soup. It's a pian soup. We don't offer Nablo. On your phone, Nablo can bag. We no need so come, we no need so come on your phone, Nablo, but Simon Alpha. Please,
if you are enjoying this voice note, I want to read comments. Please, may God bless you all. Or is there a comment here? The last comment I read here now is from Christopher. We want to read comments. The gods of the land is telling you, hear it yourself. But if you are not understanding in English, in Igbo, write it here. Because when you deliver your own problem, we will know how to handle it. But if you are understanding, let us know. Sir, please, I need your WhatsApp to send you some important message. I will give you my WhatsApp letter. Then, listen what he says. Setufu n'okwu ya. Okwu adị ka nkụ ụgbọ udu mmiri ọkọchịpụ a na-anyị ya nkụ.
maka ọsị nri na ọmụ ụmụ egbu mgbe n'isi na-abịa ajịrịja ọchụ nwa ọkụkụ nwa ada nwa ọkụkụ nwe nwe nwa ọsọ ihe adịla ọgụ mmadụ onye ejizila oku n'obi wee so Simon iwere oku n'obi so Simon inwe nsogbu ndị na-anakwụwa Simon sọcha anya wụọ anya ahụ apịa ọbụla ụgba na nwere ihe ememe ya mgbe icheta maka Simon ka ị na-enwe nsogbu icheta ya nsogbu ga-ebido onye ọfụ onye abụrụ ka mgba gị mgbe nọ n'isi ụka mgbe nọ n'isi ọgụ mma onye ọfụ onye abụrụ ịkpọta Simon afọ inwe nsogbu na ndị na-anakwụba ya sị awụba maka na ọfọ ka ideji awadị onwere ihe mmadụ dị ndụ nwere ike ime akwụkwọ m nwunye ọzọ onwere ihe mmadụ dị ndụ nwere ike ime mụsabụ na ịchọta maka Simon enwebe nsogbu onye ọbụla were ili ego ya ọzọ ọnụ na asị na onye maara ụzọ ka anyị eso na ọdịna na anapụba Simon si agaba na onye nwa ka anyị eso ọ bụrụ na ọbụla Simon Nnamdi Kanu anyị apụta ọ bụrụ na ọbụla Simon onwere ihe nri na-ekwute ebe Nnamdi Kanu ọ ihe Simon na-eme abata Nnamdi Kanu ya eji apụta maka na ọlụ ekele eke amụ Nnamdi Kanu debe amụ Simon debe si ha na unu jiri ofu ọla ọbụla taa ka o bido sisi mbọsị amụ onye ọbụla were ili ego ezi ọrụ unu zebe ọnwụ unu na ụgbọgụ ụzọ anyị onye emezina ka ihu ya pụta na onye ihu ya pụtara ya adịrọ mma Simon nwere obi ebere maka na ọ bụrụ na nwere obi ebere onye ọ gbakere ọsọ ọnụ kwuo okwu inwe nsogbu ka mgbakwa unu ka o si wee dị maka unu amala onye ọbụla ọkpọ ka ọsọ ala na onye ahụ enwego nsogbu onye ọbụla nọrọ onwe ka na-agụ.
The gods of the land, Ezigwe, or for Ezigwe is speaking. Look inside this profile here. Look at it. These are, all these things are products that control this world. Here about Act of Covenant, these things existed. Here, all these people you see here, these are extraterrestrials. I hope you can see it. These are the extraterrestrials sending messages. These are Ndezemo sending messages. And you are hearing it here. Go and ask your father in the village the work of Ndezemo. The work of Ndezemo, they are very different to native doctors. They are different to Ndi Akajiofo. They are different to Ndi Nzendiozo. They are different to Ndi Igwe. Their own message is pure, purified. And what are they saying? That the work which Simon Eba is doing, the gods of Biafran land are the ones that send him. The same way they send in Nnamdi Kanu. I will play again how Nnamdi Kanu was conceived and how he was delivered. The same way Nnamdi Kanu was conceived and he delivered inside the forest. That's exactly how Simon Ekpa was conceived and delivered inside forest. Eba amụrụ Nnamdi Kanu bụ n'ime ọfịa. Eba amụrụ Simon Ekpa bụ n'ime ọfịa. If you people don't know. So the people who send them message are now telling you that you cannot do him anything. And he is telling us here that Simon Ekpa is very, very kind. That if he open his mouth and curse anyone, that thing will affect that person immediately. Do you people know that all the people Nnamdi Kanu lay the curse on, all of them, one thing and the another have happened to all of them. Abba Kyari, formerly a minister that worked with Buhari, who worked against Nnamdi Kanu, he died. Mama Ndaura, he died. Buhari died. A lot of them A lot of them, TB Joshua, when he speak against Biafra, all of you know that Nnamdi Kanu, Lagos or not these people, all of them died. And Ezemo here is now telling you that Simon Ekpa is more kind than Nnamdi Kanu self, because if he open his mouth, this run people are running is even small. Yes. Then, these are the messages we come to deliver, and we have to deliver it the way you can understand it very, very well and deep, because okwu anyị ka nkwu ụgbọ udu mmiri ọkọchị pụọ anani ya nkụ.
Azi unu eri ka maka onye na mala maka osiri na ọmụ ụmụ egbu mgbe n'isi na-abịa ajịrịja ọchọ nwa ọkụkụ nwa ada nwa ọkụkụ nwe nwa ọsọ. Ihe abụla ọgụ mmadụ onye ejiri n'oku n'obi wee so Simon. Iwere oku n'obi so Simon inwe nsogbu. Ndị nọ na kwụwa Simon sọcha anya wụọ anya ahụ apịa ọbụla ụgbana.
Na ndị nọ n'ana kwụbara Simon Ekpa saa ya arụ apịa. Ịghọtago? Na ndị nọ n'ana kwụbara Simon Ekpa na Nnamdi Kanu saa ya arụ apịa. Ịsa arụ apịa is purifying, and the ụgbala means purity. So Ifeanyi Uba, DOS, Asari Dokubo, Fulani, Britain, Uchechi fighting against Simon Ekpa. You cannot win him. Before you win Simon Ekpa, you better win. You first of all go and win Nnamdi Kanu and Ojukwu. And if you want to blame Simon Ekpa, then you first of all go and blame Ojukwu. You blame Owazurike. You blame Nnamdi Kanu before blaming Simon Ekpa. And if you know you cannot blame these three people, don't just try to blame Simon Ekpa, because he has not done anything different to what Nnamdi Kanu, Ojukwu, and Owazurike has done. It is even better that Ojukwu did not even mention Biafra for the first time in life than to talk about than you standing to fight against Simon Ekpa, because unde no nana over Simon Ekpa. Are you understanding now? And let us join our leader, and you hear it the way it is.
The devil will do everything. And you are going to watch spectacularly how we are going to destroy and shame the enemy. That at the end, every glory and adoration will belong to God and not to man. Now let us go and tell you what is happening that some of you do not understand. I want those of you who are hardcore, those who were chosen before you were born. There were some people who were chosen before they were born to agitate for Biafra restoration. This is a message for you. Those who from their mother's womb they were born to do this very work. You must be very, very strong. Because Biafra will open the eyes of black people all over the world.
Let's hear. The hard cause. Sonny.
Mgbe nọ n'isi ụka mgbe nọ n'isi ọgụ ma onye ọfụ ya bụrụ ịkpọta Simon afọ inwe nsogbu na ndị nọ na-akwụba ya si awụba maka na ọfọ ka ide ji awadị. Onwere ihe mmadụ dị ndụ nwere ike ime akwụkwọ m nwunye ọzọ. Onwere ihe mmadụ dị ndụ nwere ike ime mụsabụ na ịchọta maka Simon enwebe nsogbu. Onye ọbụla were ime egwu ya ọzọ ọdụ na asị na onye maara ụzọ ka anyị eso na ndị nọ na-akwụba Simon si agaba na onye nwa ka anyị eso. Ọ bụrụ na ọbụla Simon Nnamdi Kanu anyị apụta. Ọ bụrụ na ọbụla Simon o nwere ihe unu na-ekwute ebe Nnamdi Kanu ọ ihe Simon na-eme abata Nnamdi Kanu eji apụta maka na ọlụ ekele eke amụ Nnamdi Kanu debe amụ Simon debe si ha na unu jide fụọla ọbụla taa ka o bido sisi mbọsị amụ onye ọbụla were ile egwu ezi ọnụ unu zebe ọnwụ unu n'ụgbọgụ ụzọ anyị onye emezina ka ihu ya pụta na onye ihu ya pụta ala ya adịrọ mma. Simon nwere obi ebere maka na ọ bụ na ọ nwere obi ebere onye ọgbakeli ọsọ ọnụ kwuo okwu inwe nsogbu ka m gwakwa unu ka o si wee dị maka unu amala onye ọbụla ọkpọ ka ọsọ ala na onye ahụ enwego nsogbu onye ọbụla nọrọ onwe ka m na-agwa unu asị unu zobe na ụgbọgụ ụzọ anyị n'ọkụ ụgbada si wee kwue onye ọbụla were nwa ya ozugbo onwe ọbụla Simon ka na-ejelebe dibịa ọbụla ka na-ejelebe pastọ a sị gị na ndị nọ na-anakwụba Simon si na okoye eso dị na onye maala ụzọ ka anyị eso onye mbụ na-etiri ya aka na ọ bụrụ na ọkụ obi kpọọ iyi ọkwa ọghị iketa omebe gị n'ahụ onye ọbụla nọrọ onwe ya ọkasị egwu unu asị mụ na zobe ndị ọgbagwozi anyị ma m na ọnwụ unu maka na ụmụ egbu ngwu n'isi na-abịa ajịrịga ụmụ Igbo anụmanụ unu biko gbakọ n'ọnụ maka na ihe a na ji mekwa ha akụkọ ya ọ nwere onye na-afụsi isi jekwuwe ihe agba n'aka ejiri igebe nene ya onye ọbụla maara na ajụ unu ajụ na ajụgo anyị ajụ si na ya abụla ya ndị ajụ adajụ ọnwa ha ana were na ilu unu bụ ezi na ọnụ na nna nna anyị ha na-ebe akwa na-asị na mbọsị gbuo na ọnya nwepụ ụzọ ka eke o si lue taa abụla nya nwepụ azụ ajụ unu dọna na-enene ya o wee na-ebe akwa onye na-asị ka ebe ụmụ ya nọzi ihe dị etu a bụ eme mana si akwụbasị na onye nwepụ ụzọ ọnya ka o ji wee gasasị ihe niile wee sị n'Igbo na onwe ya ya ejikọzi ọnụ ka elodo eburu n'ofu na ọ bụrụ na ị na-ejikọrọ ọnụ na ọ nwere ha na-ekwu mee isi ọkara ọsọ ngwere n'ọsọ onye gbata ọgbaghị anyị bie na iwu na Igbo na-egbo ekpokọ ọnụ na ọ sị na ije niile ga-abụ n'ofu ije niile ga-abụ otu na nwanne na-anụ nke nwanne ya na-ekwere nwanne ya na-ada anụ ka nwanne ya kụwara ya maka na onye nwanne ya na-agba aja egbu n'anwụ na ndụla anya dị ezu ike ọ sị na ọsụsọ ma nsị onye ọdụmara ihe na-esi maka na ihe a na ji na-ekwe ha akụkọ maka na ihe ọsọ ọrụ mere emechaa na igbe niile ji n'ụzọ maka na ọkụ ụgbana sipu eko ya esi were na-ada ama aka ekerekwa m n'ọzọ maka a sị na ekwe ha mma ọha ọwụwa m iti ọ garụ na ọ mara ha ọha ite ikomowo na ekwe ya ha n'iru ha azụ maka ọka ọ dị mma ka anyị na-emerụ ọka ọ dị mma ka anyị na-emerụ
ka ọ dị mma ka anyị na-emerụ this message.
Because Biafra will mean that blacks from America, blacks from the Caribbean, from Southern America, they will all flood into Africa. It will be like the time that Yeshua was born. Biafra is like a light, a beacon. They will follow it. They will say, let us go and see what is happening there. That is what these neo-colonialists do not want. They don't want Biafra to come. I am telling our people so they understand. The mountains, I didn't say one mountain, the mountains in front.
Telling our people for them to understand the mountains, not one mountain, not two, not three, not four, not five, not six, not seven, not eight, not nine, not 10. Mountains upon mountains. When you hear about fighting against the principalities, rulers of darkness of this whole world, these are the mountains they are talking about. The people who subdued the power of your ancestors, the people who bought you as a slave, the people who told you to go against your own fathers. Mountains upon mountains. Britain, that fight against the children of God. Mountain upon mountain, not one. The same Britain that rejected their own citizen and they dumped him inside the SA dungeon. Mountain upon mountain. How many mountains are we calling? How many mountains do you want us to tell you? Mountain upon mountain. But at the end, Biafra must come. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu says, quote unquote, that even if it remain one man and one woman, let them continue to build Biafra. In as much as finally, the kingdom of God on this planet Earth is restored. And that is the message we are preaching. No more, no less. If Simon Ekpa is not preaching his own gospel, according to the line of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, I will not speak for him. If Nnamdi Kanu is not speaking against the rulers of darkness of this place, this earth, I will not speak for him. And in as much as their message favors what we are doing, favors our life, favors our generation, we must continue preaching this gospel for mankind. You are there in America. The only thing you can do is when you survive in bringing your children, bringing your wife from Igbo land and send them to America, begin to have your children there. You think that God has blessed you. You will go to one Pentecostal church to say, to give thanksgiving. What a shame that you left your own father's land. What a shame. You left your own father's land and allowed Fulanis to come and penetrate it while you settled in another man's land as a foreigner. Do you know, even the slaves being bought from Biafran land, went to America. They say they can never be slave. They hijacked the ship which they used to bring them there, and they move. They said when they sink inside the sea, they said through water we come and through water we go. But to you yourself sold your own father's land and travel to America. You travel to Britain. You travel to Canada. You travel to Australia. You travel to Canada. You travel to Germany. You come to Spain. You go to Europe. You go Asia. You sold your own father's land to make yourself a voluntary slave. Then you give your children as a willing slave for them to remain there. Why Fulanis will come and occupy your own land, which is your own inheritance in this world, and you want us to keep quiet? Do you know the reason Nnamdi Kanu is still inside the exile dungeon? They have promised him oil and oil well. They have promised him heaven and earth for him to abandon Biafra and settle his life in England, or to go to Asari Dokubo and live like a king, which he is. He rejected all those things, looking for your own fucking ass freedom. Looking for your own freedom. He is inside the SS dungeon. He told you, even if he is going to die, let him die there. For you to be free. For his own children to be able to return to Biafran land and live what they call normal life. But a human being in America, human being in Italy, human being in Germany, human being in Canada, will buy tickets all the way from Canada, all the way from America, all the way from Italy, and went to Finland to protest against the release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. And you want us to keep quiet? We don't keep quiet. We don't. We don't keep quiet. We will deliver this message the way Chukwu Kabiama has asked us to deliver it. Today, we will do it.
In front of us that we need to overcome.
Mountains.
And for us to overcome it, we need to be very strong mentally, mental strength. Just like when you're doing anything in life, and it appears as if you are being buffeted from everywhere. That is the time that you no longer rely on willpower or your muscles. You go to your brain to endure and to persevere and to keep going until you overcome. That is the stage we are in right now. To make sure that our brain is in gear to confront everything the Janjaweed has to throw at us. We don't have money. Their budget is over $20 billion to fight us. They can bribe Facebook. They can buy them off. They can do anything they like. They can come to some of you.
Yes, Biafrans, we are continuing this gospel because whether they like it or they don't like it, we know how they have come to distract us. What we cannot accept is distraction. We can't accept distraction. And our cause for the release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is yellow mighty fruit. And we are not going to.
One major priority area in the southeast, which I think will cool off a great deal of nerves, is for us to bring out Kanu. That gentleman. Pull him out.
Pull him out.
Stop this incarceration. I know some of his pronouncements or maybe lines of actions and so on were offensive to the Nigerian state, and there was a need maybe to take certain actions.
What is his pronouncement? The pronouncement of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was to build the River Niger, to turn River Niger so that ship will be landing in River Niger, to go to Port Harcourt, Iguacha, and open the seaport in Iguacha, to go to Calabar and open the Calabar seaport so that the ship can be able to land there, to bring restructuring in Biafran land, to build road, to give free education and free health care to our people. That is what he is referring, that his pronouncement might not please the people. Let us begin to tell you some of the pronouncements of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and the reason we must continue doing what we are doing.
I know some of his pronouncements or maybe lines of actions and so on were offensive to the Nigerian state, and there was a need maybe to take certain actions. But you see, the Nigeria itself is a family. That's my picture of Nigeria. When parts of the family feel offended, as a father, as parents, you sit the gentleman down, you sit the child down, and try to find out what are the problems. How do I help you?
You sit the child down. Nigeria is Wazobia. Then they say Hausa Fulani. There is problem inside the family. It is very, very difficult to settle because Fulani came with a different agenda to kill everybody found in the territory called Nigeria. They have subdued the Numpe, the Hausa people, and they have been pushing their luggages coming from the Benue state, killing, raping, and burying people. And our own side, Nnamdi Kanu said, no, Eastern governors create us security. Create us security so that we can do something. Give us security. They refused. Nnamdi Kanu created the Eastern Security Network. Is it what Nnamdi Kanu has done bad? Is it how he has offended these people? Or is it how to offend? That is not how to offend. It is not how to offend. The pronouncement of Nnamdi Kanu is for you to have free education. And they put him inside the SA dungeon. And today, someone ever pick it up. The struggle, which Ojukwu started. Owazike tried and dumped it. Uche made the Asari Dokubo de facto government president. Asari Dokubo delivered to Buhari, working with Ifeanyi Uba. Just to truncate everything we are doing. And you are telling me his pronouncement. Akubilo, thank you. Yes, they block it. They block it. They say that some of the program I'm showing that I don't supposed to show it. So they give me 1 week, 1 month suspension to know if I will stop this kind of teaching. And I'm not ready to stop it. So we continue. Now,
like the Christmas shoe we bought for you? Okay, we'll get you a new one. Would that solve the problem? You don't like this meal? Can we fix another meal for you? Can we start talking with Kanu? Can we start talking with IPOP? Can we start talking with other groups? I think a conversation with some of these teams would go a long way in addressing the problem. We mustn't at all times apply the stick. Bring in some carrot at times. And let's see a carrot and stick diplomacy at play. Okay? We can do.
They are now talking about dialogue. Dialogue is what they are talking about here now. You must dialogue. They said dialogue now. Dialogue now. Because the days are evil. Things that is about to happen, if you don't dialogue, it will be evil more than what you are imagining right now. Dialogue. Can we now start talking to Nnamdi Kanu? Can we now start negotiating with the IPOBs? Someone ever tell you now that bringing Nnamdi Kanu out so that sit at home will stop. And you don't want to bring him out. Then he is now sending information to oil ministers that within some time, there won't be oil exportation from Biafran land, out of Biafran land, so that you people will then understand what our ancestors are doing, what the message of our ancestors, and every other thing, because we have built every deitic bridge. Every other person that want to fight for Biafra, all of them are ready. And now they are telling you, let us listen again from gods of the land. So, because some people are here now, they're supposed to hear.
Obi ọbụla onye ọgbakeli ọsọ ọnụ kwuo okwu inwe nsogbu ka m gwakwa unu ka o si wee dị maka unu amala onye ọbụla ọkpọ ka ọsọ ala na onye ahụ enwego nsogbu onye ọbụla nọrọ onwe ka na-agụ unu asị n'ụzọbe na ụgbọgụ ụzọ anyị n'ọkụ ụgbala si wekwu ya onye ọbụla were nwayọ ozugbo onwe ọbụla Simon ka na-ejelebe dibịa ọbụla ka na-ejelebe pastọ a sị gị na ndị nọ na anakwụba.
You people knew when this DOS went to native doctor and he is every day shouting that Ifeanyi Uba and Ifeanyi Ejiofor is going to native doctor. We also heard the news, voice note, when they went to bury some dogs and cats and the cow alive to kill Simon Ekpa. But Ezemo himself, they are telling you that they are the gods of the land that is sending Nnamdi Kanu and the Simon Ekpa on this project they are embarking on. You cannot do them anything. What is the meaning of Ezemo? Ezemo in the Bible are called the chief priest. The people that hear the words of the God and they deliver information to the kings. Ezemo is not native doctor. Native doctors, Ezemo ada ajụ ese. Okwu fadụ ka okwu ụgbọrụ udu mmiri ọkọchịpụ na ana anyị ya akụ ha wee sị gị ọ bụrụ na chi jiri eji mesịrị fo na enwere ihe mere mmebi n'okpuru anyanwụ a na-ama akwe ndozi mana ọsịsa eziri ya sa adọbina ya ka adọbisia ya ekechibi ya na ọmazu na ọnya mere ụgbala faji wee pụta purity. Ụgbala means purity. Nnamdi Kanu is ụgbala. Simon Ekpa is ụgbala. Fa asagbo onwe ha arụ apịa. Before coming to fight for your own freedom, you can't do them anything. Since Nnamdi Kanu was in London, they gave him poison. He has not died because the God of the land is their protection. Before Nnamdi Kanu going to Nigeria, he said, Lord, unto your hand I commit my spirit. Is it not true? Is it not what he says? When Nnamdi Kanu was in America, rumor came that they gave him poison, which people are poisoning Nnamdi Kanu, and which people become the full supporter of Nnamdi Kanu today. You can easily find those people that is attacking Simon Ekpa today. Very simple mathematics. You understand? A very simple mathematics you have to do on your own, and then you get the answer by yourself. You will get the answer yourself on your own. That's why ndị ziri fozi asị na nwa nna ya ziri oshi na-eji ụkwụ agbawa ụzọ. Ndị mmụọ, Biafra is a spirit. Biafra is whiter than white and whiter than snow. The spirit of Biafra are the ones now sending you this thing. Here about Ofo Ezigwe. Ofo Ezigwe. This Ofo, they are now hitting on the ground, have lasted for more than 5,000 years. Nnamdi Kanu knows about this person talking now. This Ofo was discovered because of this Biafran struggle. The last person that touched the Ofo Ezigwe touched it 200 years ago. The next person touching this Ofo is this person you are hearing the voice now. And they are now telling you that you cannot do anything to Simon Ekpa. And I have seen Godwin Ezekiel. I have seen Flora Akubilo. I have seen Obezuano. I have seen a lot of our people that knows our teaching the way we have been doing it. Let us tell you how they are. That's why it is good when you come, you write a comment. Yeah? We will know people who have already known our message, how our message is going. We don't preach our message for you to like it. Not at all. We are preaching our message for you to hear it. Now we tell you what you must know.
Second tune as Nancy.
Osioru.
Nancy no ka maka ya na mala. Maka osini na mu megbu nguli si na ri ajirija. Oche wa kuku wa da wa kuku we wonso. Ya blog mmadụ. Ya blog mmadụ onye ejiri n'oku n'obi wee so Simon. Iwere oku n'obi so Simon inwe nsogbu. ndị na-anapụwa Simon sacha anya wụọ anya ahụ apịa ọbụla ụgba na nwere ihe ememe mgbe icheta maka Simon ka ị na-enwe nsogbu icheta ya nsogbu ga-ebido onye ọfụ onye abụrụ ka mgba gị mgbe nọ n'isi ụka mgbe nọ n'isi ọgụ mmụọ onye ọfụ onye abụrụ ịkpọta Simon afọ inwe nsogbu na ndị na-anapụba ya sị awụba maka na ọfọ ka ideji awadị nwere ihe mmadụ dị ndụ nwere ike ime akwụkwọ mmiri ya ọzọ onwere ihe mmadụ dị ndụ nwere ike ime mụsabụ na ịchọta maka Simon enwebe nsogbu onye ọbụla were ili ekwu ya ọzọ ọdụ na asị na onye maara ụzọ ka anyị eso n'ọnụnọ na anapụba Simon si agaba na onye nwa ka anyị eso ọ bụrụ na ọbụla Simon Nnamdi Kanu anyị apụta ọ bụrụ na ọbụla Simon onwere ihe unu na-ekwute ebe Nnamdi Kanu ọ ihe Simon na-eme abata Nnamdi Kanu ya eji apụta maka na ọrụ ekele eke amụ Nnamdi Kanu debe amụ Simon debe si ha na unu jiri ofu ọbụlata ka obido isi mbọsị amụ onye ọbụla were ili egwu ezi ọnụ unu zebe ọnwụ unu n'ụbọchị ụzọ anyị onye emezina ka ihu ya pụta na onye ihu ya pụtara ya adịrọ mma Simon mgbe obi ebere maka na ọ bụrụ na nwere obi ebere onye ọgbakeli ọsọ ọnụ kwuo okwu inwe nsogbu ka mgbakwa unu ka o si wee dị maka unu amalọ onye ọbụla ọkpọ ka ọsọ ala na onye ahụ enwego nsogbu onye ọbụla nọrọ onwe ka na-agwa unu asị ndị zobe na ụgbọgụ ụzọ anyị n'ọkụ ụgbada tiwee ekwu ya onye ọbụla were nwayọ ozugbo onwe ọbụla Simon ka na-ejelebe dibịa ọbụla ka na-ejelebe pastọ a sị gị na ndị nọ na-anapụba Simon si na okoye eso dị na onye maara ụzọ ka anyị eso onye mbụ na-etiri ya aka na ọ bụrụ na ọkụ obi kpọọ iyi ọ kpọọ gị iyi kịta omebe gị n'ahụ onye ọbụla nọrọ onwe ọkasị egwu unu asị mụnụ zobe na ụgbọgụ ụzọ anyị ma ọ bụ na onwe unu maka na ụmụ egbu ngwu n'isi na-abịa ajịrịga ụmụ Igbo anụmanụ unu biko gbakọ n'ọnụ maka na ihe a na ji nyekwa ha akụkụ ya ọ nwere onye na-afụsi isi jekwuwe ihe agba n'aka ejiri igobenene ya onye ọbụla maara na ajụ unu ajụ na ajụgo anyị ajụ si na ya abụla ya ndị ajụ adajụ ọnwa ha ana were na ilu unu bụ ezi na ọnụ na nna nna anyị ha na-ebe akwa na-asị na mbọsị gboo na ọnya nwapụ ụzọ ka eke o si lue taa abụla nya nwata azụ ajụ unu dọma na-enene ya onye na-ebe akwa onye na-asị ka ebe
Igbo bụ ụzọ Igbo bụ ụzọ nna nna anyị fasị n'ọfa nwa bụ ụzọ ndị Igbo is the first. How come now Igbos are the last? Asị na ndị Igbo ụzọ ga-abụ ndị ikpeazụ. Ndị Hausa nọzi in front of ndị Igbo. Ndị Yoruba nọzi in front of ndị Igbo. Ndị Fulani that came from Futa Jelo from Senegambia are also in front of ndị Igbo. Then now are you trying to tell us that Eke we keep quiet? Orie we keep quiet. Afo we keep quiet. Nkwo we keep quiet. It is not possible. We told them we made the Indezem war on Igbo land, in all Biafran land, anywhere they have Eke, Orie, Afo, Nkwo, that Eke have no choice than to take than to raise its power to fight for her own protection, because Eke is God of the sun. Orie has no option. These people, if you are born in Eke, if you are born in Orie, if you are born in Afo, if you are born in Nkwo, if you don't stand up to fight and support what you are hearing here now, listen to what you say.
Do that. And I think if we do that, the Southeast, the situation in the Southeast will be highly doused, frankly speaking. All right? Further incarceration only make him more and more relevant. Only conversation with some of these teams would go a long way in addressing the problem. We mustn't at all times apply the stick. Bring in some carrot at times. And let's see a carrot and stick diplomacy at play. Okay? We can do that. And I think if we do that, the Southeast, the situation in the Southeast will be highly doused, frankly speaking. All right? Further incarceration only make him more and more relevant, only heightened the heroship over him. He is a hero now, whether we want to accept it or not. And we made him the hero.
Right.
We have made him a hero in the Southeast. If he comes out now, he's wise, he can contest for governorship in any of the states. Nobody will be asking whether he's from that state in the Southeast.
So we dey play, we dey show. We dey play, we dey show. Now, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu says that in as much as this Arise TV, Channel TV, Punch newspaper, and all the media in Nigeria, in as much as they don't want to bring out the truth, we will force them to talk about us. And we are not going to lobby them anything at all. We are not going to lobby them. We will force them. Did you see Arise News? Do you see Channel TV? Do you see This Day News? Do you see all the news? All Nigerian media is now taking up the agitation. Unpaid. Nobody is lobbying them. Nobody is telling them do this or do that. And nobody is even asking these people you are about to listen now to go and do what they are doing now, because ezi anyị ozi anyị ezie ndị nọ ndụ na okwu anyị dị ka nkụ ụgbọguru udu mmiri na ọkọchị pụọ na a na-anya ya nkụ. Osisi gbaba mbọ kwụba mmiri oge ọ dị n'ododo a na ọkpa, maka ọ bụrụ na o tolite nsogbu ga-adị. Ọ sị na ọ bụrụ na chi jiri eji mesịrị foo na enwere ihe mere mmebi n'okpuru anyanwụ a na-ama akwe ndozi, mana ọsọ adọbi na n'ihi na adọbicha zochibe ya na ọmazu. That's why eji wee sị ụgbala ha ji wee pụta asị na akwụ banye n'ikiri achọba ya bụ nnụnụ nwere ọnụ ogologo. Akwụ banye n'ikiri achọba nnụnụ nwere ọnụ ogologo ka ọ jee tụpụta ya bụ akwụ. That's why you can hear these people now. They are talking. Listen.
To please consider the insecurity in the entire Southeast, and see, as a result of the insecurities as a result of the prolonged detention of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, and see a way of releasing him so as to restore peace in the entire Southeast. That is the amendment I want to add.
Before, you have to pay these people to come and speak. Ask this man here now, did anybody pay him? Nobody is paying them today because they have no choice. The other one we will play now. After we play it, we will end in 8 minutes. Now we go to Obala a little, then we will use the other one for you people to know that what we are doing. Yeah, I say ukwa anapita yife. Okwe from ukwa nka anapi now. Ukwa nka anapiketa na anapita yife. We are not afraid of DOS. We are not afraid of Ifeanyi Uba. We are not afraid of Asari Dokubo. We are not afraid of Uchechi joining them. We are not afraid of Fulanis. We are not afraid of governors. We will deliver our message according to how Chukwu Okike Abiama ordered us to do it. Because the message we have just played here is message from the gods. There's more of Biafran land. And let me tell you, they are having their own deity meeting. Provoking every energy. Because Mazi Simon Ekpa says that if it takes him to embrace demon to make sure that the Biafra is restored, he is not going to stay back than to do that. And we teach you concerning the angels and demon and the anti-Mika canister. That area is different of its own. For you people to know, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu says, you will watch spectacularly how we are going to defeat them. Because the enemies are intensifying. Every attack from all corners. They can buy the zoo, they can buy the newspaper, they can buy even Facebook. For us not to deliver this message. But at final, he says, even if we remain one person, he will deliver the message. And that's why we are 555 Vision and we will deliver our own message. Sit at home without Simon Ekpa. Nnamdi Kanu may not be alive today. Copy this message, send it to the wife of Nnamdi Kanu. Without Simon Ekpa, Nnamdi Kanu need Simon Ekpa more than Simon Ekpa even need him. He is under incarceration. Somebody inside the prison is powerless. Simon Ekpa then says he will not take order from him inside the DSA dungeon because he is under incarceration. Allow him to use the power of the new dimension to liberate us. Copy this, send it to Uchechi Kalu. Copy this, send it to Emmanuel Kalu. Copy this, send it to Kanu Takanu. Copy it again, send it to Master Prophet and his wife, the younger sister of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Without Simon Ekpa, nobody will be talking about Nnamdi Kanu again. Nnamdi Kanu needs Simon Ekpa even more than the wife even need him. Nnamdi Kanu needs Simon Ekpa even more than the family even need him. Copy it, send it to them. Say this is 555 vision. We receive our messages from the extraterrestrials. Look at the extraterrestrials. Look at the Ark of Covenant here. We receive our messages from the extraterrestrials and we will deliver it.
Speaker. Thank you, dear.
Now we Ifeanyi Ozi and Eziende Nondo. All of you knows that Nnamdi Kanu say Ifeanyi Ozi and Eziende Nondo. And I receive Ozi from Ndeze more. So Ifeanyi Ozi and Eziende Nondo. Any, I will give you the number now. I will give you the number, please.
Ụmụ ya nọ ihe dị etu abịa eme mana si akwụbasị na ọnwa bụ ụzọ ọya ka o ji wee gasasị ihe niile wee sị n'Igbo na onwe ya ya ejikọsị ọnụ ka elodo ebere n'ofu na ọ bụrụ na ele ejikọrọ ọnụ na ọ nwere ha na-ekwu mee isi ọkara ọsọ ngwere n'ọsọ onye gbata ọgbagha ibie na iwu n'Igbo na-egbo ekpukọ ọnụ na ọ sị na ije niile ga-abụ n'ofu ije niile ga-abụ otu na nwanne na-anụ nke nwanne ya na-ekwere nwanne ya nọdụ anụ ka nwanne ya kụwalị ya maka na onye nwanne ya na-agba aja egbu n'anwụ na ndụ anya dị ezu ike ọ sị na ọsụsọ ma nsọ onye ọdụmara ihe na-esi maka na ihe ana ji na-ekwe ha akụkọ maka na ihe ọsọ ọrụ mere na emechaa na igwe niile ji n'ụzọ maka na ọkụ gbana sikwa eko ya esi were na-ada ama aka ekerekwa m nwere ọzọ maka a sị na ekwe ha mma ọha ọwụwa miti ọ dabụ na ọ mara ha ọha iti nkomowo na ekwe ya ha nri bụ ha azụ maka ọkọ dị maka anyị na-emelụ ọkọ dị maka anyị na-emelụ onye ji okwu ọhụrụ udo maka ịgbachi ọpụ gbachi isi ọnụ na sịra were ife anyị eme onye aka ada ọcha maka ihe ọsọ ọgụ mere mesịa na-ezi okwu ya ese n'elu ọ sị na ọ dị n'ife ọ dị n'ikuku ọ dị na mmiri na aka ada ejide ikuku a sị ọ bịa ya ekwukwe ma menye ekwuzila
Oh yeah, Gente, couldn't water the message now. Listen to it.
I think what the intention of Honorable Ginger was to find an amicable way of resolving the issue with regards to Nnamdi Kanu and maybe urge, I think it should be, amended to urge Mr. President to use any other diplomatic or political approach, granted that this is before the court, to find a lasting solution on this issue, because some of us who are from Southeast, we know where the shoe is pinching us, and we know where the shoe is pinching us, where the shoe is pinching us, where the shoe is pinching us, where the shoe is pinching us on this issue, because some of us who are from Southeast, we know where the shoe is pinching.
Now, are you getting it now? We are connected to this history, front and the back. Ekwe howo or who the mode ubi mode to come where? Because they know.
We know what you can take out of it, and there will be a in the South. So I urge that the amendment will be to urge Mr. President to use political intervention. Those who are from Southeast, we know where the shoe is pinching us. Approach, granted that this is before the court, to find a lasting solution on this issue, because some of us who are from Southeast, we know where the shoe is pinching us. To find a lasting solution on this issue, because some of us who are from Southeast, we know where the shoe is pinching us.
Like I said, na mmụọ na-anụ nke mmụọ na-ekwu na-anụ nke mmadụ na-ekwu ma mmadụ nsọ nke mmadụ na-ekwukwa n'anụ n'aka ụbara ji wepụtara na asịkọ na-akpọ unu maka na ọ sị nọ ntalikọ ya atalile nwe ya na ọlụ ya bụ ịmaziri onwe ya ka ha dazi n'ọkpa n'obi nọ ntalikọ ya atalile nwe ya na onye n'odi n'olu biko n'usobenu n'ụgbọpụrụ so anyị idu unu bi elu nna anyị so na-alụ n'oke osiwa dị unu amaziri isi gbakabaka ka ọrụ unu n'ụgbara na-ekwu na unu ụgba na-ada anya ya isi na ụgbara bụ ụgbara eziokwu na ọ na-eme njọ n'ọsọ mma ka ọ na-eme ka ọ dị mma ka ụgbara na-emelụ ka ọ dị mma ka ụgbara na-emelụ eke.
Then kedu ihe unu nụrụ here now? Kedu ihe unu nụrụ? Then connect the dots. They know where the shoe is pinching.
On this issue, because some of us who are from Southeast, we know where the shoe is pinching us, and we know what you can take out of it, and there will be a healthy security situation in the Southeast. So I urge that the amendment will be to urge Mr. President to use political intervention, diplomatic intervention, asking for his mercy to release Nnamdi Kanu, to enable that zone to find a lasting peace. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity.
Then,
one major priority area in the Southeast.
No. Biafrans, thank you so much for today. We are calling it a day. This is how our message used to come. If you have not subscribed to 555 Vision, try to do so. We don't really have specific time when we used to come. Subscribe, turn on the notification button, and what we enjoy from you is when you write us comments to let us, if you see that we are not speaking it the way you like it, correct us. If you see that there are things we're supposed to know, you write it in the comment section. If there is anything we should know, try to correct us, because we are not perfect and we are not afraid of making mistake either. Rather, ready to take correction whenever mistake is being dictated in anything we do. That's why we are here, to be corrected. To be corrected in anything we do, take more advice, read your comment to know if we are in line in delivering this message. Then, after they will pretend as if our seat at home is not. Yes. Then, Emeka, thank you, Papa Vision, thank you. Maze, Polio, you have done it. Yeah, thank you. Then, you guys are doing a great job. Thank you. Ikeji, thank you. Then, Enyi, I give you the number. Where do I write the number? Any write me now. If you can take the number now, let me call it for you. Write something, then I pronounce the number for you. Send the video here. Any MPM Any, are you still here? You just need the number. Send the video here. I will play it for you. We want our people to speak out. That is our own. We want our people to continue speaking out. Thank you, sir. Thank you. PMA, are you still here? I give you the number. If you are not here, another day. Then, Biafrans, thank you. Thank you so much. Flora, thank you. Eunice, thank you. Godwin, Ezekiel, thank you. as we continue, today is fundraising also. We will come out again until we restore Biafra. That is the only time everybody will have rest. And the energies are there to do it. Lovers of freedom, I greet you all for today. Eunice, you are doing great. Thank you, Eunice. You are also doing great for recommending, for watching, for sharing. We love you.